We're live.
Oh yeah?
Yes.
Hi there! Welcome back!
Hi guys.
I'm just checking my notes for today's Indian night. So last time we did a stream on Thursday. We asked for some feedback from our friends and viewers, what kind of recipe they want to see me make. And we had a poll on my Instagram account, which is Les Deux Baguettes. Maybe you can share the handle on the chat. So we had a poll and people voted for between Indian, Algerian, French and other. We won with Indian. So tonight we're going to be making a Chana Dal. So please bear with me and don't cancel me because this is my first time making Indian food from scratch. Usually when we make Indian food at home, it's just from like the instant pastes in the jars or maybe in the packets. So I haven't made authentic Indian food by myself before, only at friends' houses, trying Indian food in restaurants. So this will be the first time. Thanks for discovering with me and thanks for encouraging me to try it. So if you are joining us new, I guess you can't make this recipe with us. But a few of you had suggested and asked us to provide the recipe beforehand so that we can cook along together. And so maybe we can share the link to the recipe or something at some point so other viewers can have access to it. But basically today's recipe, I chose it because it's a relatively, I think, quick and easy recipe. And it's from Tan France, who is part of the Queer Eye guys. Yeah, and it's a recipe posted on Instagram. It's easy Chana Dal. And if you don't know, Chana Dal is, I believe it's split chickpeas. I don't know if it's exactly chickpeas, but I did a bit of research and it's apparently like quite similar or related to chickpeas, so it's like this. I think it's sometimes it's also called like yellow peas or something like that. And in the video, he actually calls it lentils. So if anybody is watching us from India, please can you help me finally confirm what exactly is Chana Dal for English speakers. So in the meantime, I'm just gonna call it Chana Dal because I know for a fact it's that. So we bought a bag of I think this is 500 grams and we used about 2 cups, which is like I forgot how much that is, like 380 grams or something like that. So there's.
Do you want me to share the recipe or?
Yeah, maybe you can.
So you need to send me the link.
You can check in Instagram under my highlights. So every Thursday we're going to do a new recipe that's, the idea is for it to be quite easy and won't take too long. Also because otherwise you're going to have to watch me streaming for like 6 hours for a complicated recipe. Every Friday we're going to do a poll to see what you guys want to watch me cook. And then Sunday we'll do like Saturday or Sunday we'll do like a grocery haul. Where I'll show you what I buy for the week to feed me and my husband Guillaume. And then on the next Thursday we'll be cooking that recipe, and so that you guys can always have access to it. What we've done is we've put it into the highlights of my Instagram account under, I think I named it Thursday recipe. So I'll put it up there and take down the recipes that are old and then re-upload new ones. Yeah, so back to today's recipe, Chana Dal. So now we know Chana Dal is the split chickpeas. Let me just go through the rest of the ingredients. So I made a bunch of notes as well because while I was preparing for this stream, I had to run through the recipe in my head to make a few notes for you guys and to also organize it a bit. It's my first time. So basically, for today, there's going to be 3 parts to the meal. The first part is we're going to prepare the chickpeas. And then the second part is we're going to make a tarka which is a method to heat spices in oil or ghee, or oil and ghee, to release their aromatic flavors. So when you heat spices, it becomes more fragrant. Whether that's dry or with oil. And then the third part of the recipe is we're going to prepare the side that we eat the Chana Dal with. So I actually visited a Indian grocery store in Antibes, which is where we're based. There is one small Indian grocery store here, and I went through the recipe with her. I showed her the recipe translated to French and asked her, okay, is it authentic? Is this everything I need to make a Chana Dal? What do I serve it with? And she helped me verify everything. So it is an authentic recipe. And we do have all the ingredients we need. And she said that you can eat it with rice or naan or roti or whatever you want. In the video at the end, he says to serve it with rice or roti, but she said naan is okay too. So if you want, I guess just whatever you have on hand is fine too. Bread, anything that you can like eat it with, soak it up, mop it up. Yep. So those are the three parts. So in the first part, I'll go through the list of ingredients first. Let me see. I'm gonna do this in English, but if you want to see it in French, we also translated all the ingredients to French, and that is also in my highlights on my Instagram account. So for the ingredients, oh yes, please. So we need, for the chickpeas part one, we need 2 cups of dry Chana Dal, so one bag like this, but kind of like with peas and beans, lentils and things like that, rice, because it's dry, you need to soak it. So 2 cups, I think I said it's like about 380 grams or something like that. You can just type it onto Google to convert. So I've been soaking this for 3 hours now, and in the ingredient list it says 2 to 3 hours. So I'm guessing the more you soak it, the less time it takes to cook. So hopefully this will just take an hour, not an hour and a half. Maybe if you soak it for 2 hours, it might take an hour and a half, but we're gonna check at the 1 hour point. Then the second ingredient is a neutral oil. So my neutral oil is this one. It's fleur de colza, which I think is, I forgot what you call it in English now. I'm losing my English.
Can't help you.
Oh man. Oh man, I'm losing my English vocabulary. Oh man, oh my god, okay. If anybody speaks English, help me out. I can't believe I forgot this. Okay, anyways, it's a neutral oil. You could use like sunflower oil, avocado oil, it's healthier. Basically anything that you can't really taste, it doesn't have a strong flavor like olive oil or something like that, that you can taste in the food. You don't really want that because it's just to really cook with. But also not with a too low of a smoking point, because when you go past the oil smoking point, then it's not good for you. So that's my neutral oil. You can also use ghee. I think he uses ghee, but I just looked at the list, so I forgot to buy ghee. And in the list it says neutral oil. And then next we have cumin seeds. Yeah, and if you're in France, you can also find the exact same brands I'm using here, but it doesn't really matter what brand it is. It's just the ingredient. It's just for reference. It'll be easier for you to find, I guess. This is the whole cumin seeds that we need. 1 tablespoon. Half a red onion, so just a regular red onion. Then we need ginger paste. So I asked the lady at the grocery store, the shop owner, and she said that, oh, you can just use ginger. So I have frozen ginger at home, which I buy fresh, and I just slice it up to keep it long in the freezer. So I'm just gonna chop up 1 teaspoon of ginger, which I'll show you now actually how much it is. Where's my ginger? crucial, I think, so if we don't have ginger, it would ruin the dish. Yeah, so I don't know if you can see, but I just kind of like sliced it up like this so that I could take them piece by piece out according to how much I need. I would say, yeah, that's like about 1 teaspoon, right? Yeah, a teaspoon. Just a tiny little knob like this. I'll just leave it out. And let's put the rest of my ginger back in. Okay. And then, what do we have next? 3 to 4 garlic cloves. Well, garlic, any kind of garlic. Here's the other hand.
It's not raining anymore. Can you see?
Oh, good.
Finally.
Finally, yeah. It's been so rainy here because it's still like springtime. April showers, spring May flowers, right? So yeah, I'm just using this garlic. I don't know what it's called, but this one is from here, from France. Just like a regular white garlic. You're gonna need quite a lot. So for the chickpeas, you're already gonna need 3 to 4 cloves minced. And then vegetable stock. So yeah, I want to talk about this one because in the video you can see that he's using like a gel form of vegetable stock. You can buy it in gel form, you can buy it in like the liquid form in a box. You can buy it in a concentrated form. This is the most concentrated form in the cubes. So in this case, I'm pretty sure they add extras. Yeah, so because when I use the bouillon cubes, there's already salt in there, I will tend to be quite careful and try to decrease the amount of salt that's suggested in the recipe, or when I'm cooking my own recipes, sometimes I don't even put salt to just be a bit healthier. Yeah, and you can add it to taste. And if you don't know, for people who are new to cooking, it says here in the back that you can dissolve 1 cube into 500 ml of water. Yeah, so then it just becomes liquefied, so it's broth. So yeah, this is the vegetable bouillon. So instead of what he's doing, he's adding like a 1 heaped teaspoon of the vegetable stock gel. I'm just gonna add in maybe like half a cube. Yeah, so it's like this. I'll just add in like maybe half, and then he says later there's 2 teaspoons of salt that goes in. I think I might just do 1 teaspoon and then taste at the end to see if I need more. So we don't want it to be too salty. And then after that, what did I do over here? Yeah, salt, 2 teaspoons. So I'm just gonna go in first with 1 teaspoon and then taste at the end. If it's missing salt, I'll just add extra. Then we need 1 teaspoon of cumin powder. Where's my cumin powder? It should be here, yeah, ground cumin. I've already used this because I made some Colombian roasted chicken legs, oven roasted chicken legs for lunch today, and it's really good. It's a really good recipe. If you don't like chicken, you find it boring like me, ask me for the recipe. Yeah, so this is the ground cumin powder that we need. 1 teaspoon of. And then coriander powder. So that's this. I discovered coriander when I was living in Hong Kong. I don't think you use it much in Western or like Cantonese cooking. So when I discovered it, I really loved it, and I had like the whole ones. When you grind it up, it smells so good. It's quite a particular flavor, so you kind of have to figure out like what kind of recipes to use it in. And then we need 1 teaspoon of turmeric. So I bought this one. Turmeric is curcuma in French. I was a bit confused because when I see this word, I keep thinking cumin because it sounds similar, but no, it's just curcuma. So this is, I bought it from Grand Frais. The rest was from the Indian grocery shop besides the veggie stock. And then we have where am I? Kashmiri chili powder, another thing I have to talk about. So, yeah, when I went to the Asian grocery store, I didn't find Kashmiri chili powder, I just found chili powder. And when I went to the Indian grocery store, I found that there is actually Kashmiri chili powder here available. And I asked her like, okay, what is the difference? And she told me that it's just like a brand of it. But then when I went on to search on Google, they basically said that it's a type of chili powder that is quite colored and like it gives food a color and is not too spicy, but it's got that fragrance. So it's, I guess, if you have just regular chili powder, what you can do is mix it with paprika. This gives it more color, but you can decrease this to balance out the spice if you're not very tolerant of spice. I think I will try a mix, just like maybe half-half or something like that. And then water, 5 to 6 cups of water. But yeah, if you can find Kashmiri chili powder, yeah, let me know if it makes a difference and how much of a difference. Or if you're watching from India or you know Kashmiri chili powder, let me know more about that. Then for the second part of the recipe, the tarka, again, we're gonna need our neutral oil, dried chilies. So his dried chilies were larger, but the ones that I could find at the Indian grocery store is like this. It's kind of small, and it says extra hot. So I was a bit scared. So what I did was I just like tried it this afternoon, and for me it's okay. Especially because we're gonna keep it whole. We're not gonna open it up or anything. Seeds are a bit spicier, so I'm just gonna use this according to his recipe. And what else? Oh yeah, and the lady at the grocery store said you can use this in the Chana Dal. So garlic again, bird's eye chili. Oh. Oh my god. There's a lot going on in the freezer. I just dropped one of my latkes. Oh god. Okay, so these are bird's eye chilies. They're like really spicy Thai chilies. Piment rouge. If you're in France, also from the Asian store, it's like these small little chilies that are quite spicy. And when we're cutting later, I made a note to tell you guys, try not to touch the seeds because they're gonna burn. And not just when you're touching them. When you're touching them, it doesn't really burn. It's later when you're like sleeping and you're wondering why your hands are so hot, and then you remember that you cut chili peppers earlier, and that's why. So.
Zacus says, let's go.
Let's go! Nice!
Hello Zacus!
So they're making it?
I guess so. Ça va Zacus? Vous faites le test ou pas? Vous allez jouer le jeu ou pas aujourd'hui? Ça sera pour la semaine prochaine? Est-ce que vous avez acheté les ingrédients? Après là c'était assez compliqué quand même. Je disais à Laura peut-être la semaine prochaine faire une recette plus simple.
Oh.
Next week.
Yeah, because I mean the hardest part is just gathering these ingredients if you're not cooking Indian food regular. If you are, then yeah, it's totally fine. Because the active cooking part is really short and easy, but yeah. Okay, next we have the crushed tomatoes. He said you could also use one whole fresh tomato if you want, but I'm just gonna use crushed tomatoes. So half a can of that. Coriander to garnish. I guess everybody knows coriander, but I need it anyway, so I'm gonna grab it quickly. That's my coriander right here. What is this? Oh, my parsley. Coriander or cilantro, which we'll put here, and then finally garam masala. So I was a bit confused about this too because he said to use it to garnish, and I didn't realize like it's just like you at the end you add maybe a sprinkle of it or something, or you cook it towards the end of the dish. but I think I'm gonna put it in because in the video I think he puts in some sort of spice with the tarka, so I'll just add it in towards the end of the tarka making. So yeah, that took kind of a long time to explain, but let's get started because it's gonna take about an hour to actively cook the chickpeas. Well, it's no, not actively, inactively. It's gonna cook itself. Oh, cheers!
Cheers!
First Indian night from scratch, except for the naan.
So we have 5 viewers, so
Ooh.
including Zankus and Wanda.
Oh, nice.
So, yes.
If anybody is watching from India, please don't cancel me. I'm trying I tried to authenticate everything with the Indian shopkeeper. So, but if you have any tips, it's very, very welcome. Yeah, we really like Indian food. We used to eat it a lot actually when we lived in Hong Kong because we had like a Indian, Nepalese takeaway spot close to our first apartment in Hong Kong, and it was so good. It was like our indulgent cheat meal because it's quite heavy and we tend to overeat when we eat it because it's just so good. And then we also had some Indian friends who lived in Hong Kong as well, and they made really good Indian food. Oh my god, I miss it so much. Yeah. I'm hungry. Huh?
Bob's, Nourish?
Yeah, Bob's here. Niraj, our friend, oh my god, she made the best Indian food. It was so good.
Yeah.
I think about it randomly sometimes, and I'm like, oh man, I miss Niraj's cooking. It was so good.
Yeah, it was good, healthy, it was nice.
So let me get back to my notes. So, alright, so for part 1, we're going to mince the 1 teaspoon of ginger. And now we're going to, I just keep this like little dish on the side to put any scraps. Easier to clean up. Also neater in the board. Now we're going to slice half a red onion. So I made a bunch of notes from that video. Let me know if you guys want to see all the notes uploaded later, whether it's because you're watching this at a later point in time or whatever. It just really helps me keep the recipe organized. I don't have to keep referring back to, okay, add the onions. Okay, how much onions? I'll just write in there directly, half an onion. And then also notes later on like, be careful, don't touch the seeds of the bird's eye chili, or little things like that. I'll mention it to you guys in the stream as well. That was the main purpose. So I'm just gonna rinse off the onion and the knife because it was a little bit dusty. So let's see, I'll just chop off the ends.
How's the rosé?
How's the rosé?
Sanglier, si tu veux.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh shit. Stage fright. You know when you can just do things normally when you're on your own, and then when as soon as somebody's watching you, you just entirely forget how to do it and mess up. I get that a lot. Another thing I get is like when you walk out of a shop, and I don't know why, but when they have those detectors, I know I didn't steal anything, but I'm just always scared it will go off. Or like when you walk past the police and you're just like, I didn't do anything, but why am I feeling nervous?
Oh my god.
You don't get that?
You know.
Oh my god, I think it's just people with anxiety because
Yeah.
I thought I was alone, but then I started seeing people joke about it online and I was like, okay, that's everybody, but I guess not everybody.
Yeah.
Just the people who have anxiety. Great to know.
Oh, Safia is saying, hi guys, how are you?
Hi Samia! Are you gonna make the Chana Dal with us tonight? You like to cook too, no? You guys like food. That's what I know. So 3 cloves of garlic. So 1, 2, 3. So that's for the chickpeas. And then we're gonna need another 4 to 5 for the tarka. So 1, 2. I'm gonna try to stick with the lower end amount of the onions and garlic, so we don't get too bloated. Oh my god, the onions is hurting me. I'm just gonna flip it around. Very potent onions.
So she said, I didn't make my groceries. I'm currently making chicken katsu sandwich.
Ooh, that sounds so good. Oh man, chicken katsu sandwich. Don't you miss that?
What is this, the kitchen? I forgot.
It's the deep fried like chicken or pork or whatever cutlets, and then it's
Oh,
the
yeah.
sandwich, you know?
Oh, that's yummy.
That's yummy, yeah.
That's really good, yes.
People love that. The other day, Jonathan said that Audrey was gonna make the chicken katsu rice. Remember?
Yeah.
Curry rice or something. So okay,
Oh,
let's
that's
just do this one looks weird. I'll figure this out after the stream.
So how was Paris?
How was Usher? I'm so jealous. You don't understand how jealous I am. Usher, I can't believe it. Oh. And I can't believe you got Greg to go with you, unless Greg was a fan. Are you, Greg?
She said yesterday in Paris she went to a Japanese boulangerie, so I have the original bread.
Ooh, oh
Very-
my god, the
very
chocolate
fluffy.
one. Oh my gosh, I'm so
And
jealous.
she says, guys, I was a teenager again at that concert.
Wow.
Yeah.
Aw, I am so jealous.
Come on, Usher is our childhood, huh?
Yeah, I love Usher.
His classics.
Yeah, I didn't even know he was coming.
Too bad I can't play songs.
Oh.
I don't have copyrights yet. She said I was surprised too. Greg came as well. We had so much fun.
Aw, that sounds like such a cute date night.
Yeah, that's great.
Concert and good food. Ooh, where did you eat in Paris? Okay, well, I really hate peeling and chopping up garlic. So that also helps me to eat less of it because I'm just I can't be bothered. I've seen so many hacks and stuff for how to peel it quickly and stuff. I haven't tried it, so if anybody has, let me know if they are actually worth trying out. So, alright. So did Miguel and Oberle say if they're making the recipe?
No. I asked him, but he didn't reply.
Okay, so I'm just gonna chop this up first. That's for the tarka. Just gonna give it a rough chop and then do a quick mince.
Oh, she said they ate at a good Turkish restaurant.
Mmm.
Actually, they wanted to go to the Trembleu.
Oh.
As Guy said, it was amazing, but it didn't fit with our agenda. So we will try next time. You went there with your colleagues too. With your
Yeah,
experts.
I did the Trembleu. I went last year, yeah, after a business trip, and it was really pretty in there. And there were influencers, you know, walking down the aisle and knocking into the waiters and stuff, and people giving the side eye.
Yeah, the place is
Yeah.
beautiful
Yeah,
because
it's very nice.
there's history.
Yeah, that's
behind.
the best part of the restaurant. The food itself I thought was good. Prices were a bit high.
Yeah.
So I mean, like you're selling also the atmosphere and the experience, and the experience was also quite nice. They do like tableside cooking and stuff like that. So yeah, I think we ordered a crepe Suzette and they like flambéed it right beside us, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah, the food itself is like a very fancy brasserie,
Yeah.
but it's not obviously. I mean, it's not the best I've had for sure.
No.
Not the best food.
But it's still a nice, like, you still should go and try it.
Yeah. All in all, you know, the atmosphere, I mean, I think it's the most beautiful restaurant I've been to inside.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, inside is you check the ceiling
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and the paintings, and it's in a train station. So I like this kind of. You don't expect that in a train station because it's in the train station.
Yeah, it's like a whole new world in there.
So it's nice. I mean, but the food, yeah, I mean, it's a bit overpriced because they know they can price it that way because it's always full. So
yeah, it is always full. Like, we had to wait, but luckily we still got a table. We didn't. No, actually, did we? I think we made a reservation, but just like the day before, so we didn't have to wait that much. But there were some people who showed up without reservation, and I think either they had to wait a long time or they were turned away. But just if you plan to go, just make the reservation. I mean, Turkish food sounds pretty good, to be honest. We haven't had Turkish food in France yet, have we? No.
Turkish food? No.
No, I haven't. No, I had only Lebanese and Moroccan.
Mm.
Yeah.
So, do you know who is Buenos Aires? Buenos Aires?
Okay, so that's AJ, Danny's boyfriend.
Oh, hey!
Hi. Thanks for joining us.
He sent a Pikachu emoji.
Pikachu.
Eating ramen, I think, or
So
or
cute.
some kind of curry, yeah.
Aw. He's a huge Pokemon fan too with Danny.
Yeah, you're buying all the key Pokemon cards. Man, when I was in Japan, it became an obsession. Every day in the 7-Eleven, before going back to the hotel, I would buy those Pokemon cards in the 7-Eleven and just with my beer at home, just open it. It's so addictive. So addictive.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that. Every night after dinner, we would have like second round snacks / dessert. Sometimes even like fried chicken
I was so excited.
and the Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's already 7:30. Oh. Well, it's okay. I mean, we tried to eat earlier, but it's alright. We'll eat at like 9, I guess.
He says, yeah, very addictive. I'm trying to get Danny to go back there with me. In Japan, I guess. Oh yeah, because we missed you last time. We met Danny, but you couldn't make it, unfortunately.
Yeah, because Danny didn't plan to go to Japan. It was kind of like a last minute, on a whim kind of thing. But yes, Danny has to bring you back. Japan is so nice.
Yeah, the good thing is at least there will be a next time for you guys to go to Japan.
Yeah.
But we saw that Japan is going to apply new like tourist taxes and stuff because this is over tourism now. There's too many tourists.
Yeah.
So I don't know how it's gonna turn, but
I don't think it's really gonna stop them from going, eh?
yeah.
I don't think so. I think for a lot of people, Japan is like once in a lifetime dream trip, including for myself, which I never even explained to anybody. But I told Guillaume, like, this is before we had planned to go there. I said that when I was a kid, one day I was watching like a travel show, and they were showing Hokkaido, I'm pretty sure, because I remember seeing those frosted pine trees, and then they were saying how apples could grow like in the snow and stuff. I was so fascinated. I made it a goal of mine to go when I turned 30, which I was 30 when we went. And yeah, because at that point I would hopefully have enough money to go and enjoy myself. It's not a cheap destination, and Guillaume helped me to realize that dream.
Not bad.
It's true. We had originally planned to go to Italy,